I wasted my money on this film. Alright, basically here to give you my review of I, Frankenstein. What a shit. Like, holy hell. If you haven't seen this film, good for you. Straight out the door, good for you if you haven't seen this film. I will say at times this film it does have those moments where it's just like it's so bad it's good. The first 15 minutes have those elements. Like they're terrible. They are really, really terrible. But at points they are like it's so bad it's good. I will admit. Basically, the story for this is not based on the Mary Shelley's is not based on the Mary Shelley novel, but it's basically the story for this film goes like this, like basically the original Dr. Frankenstein creates Frankenstein's monster, and Frankenstein, or the monster, of course, goes out and attacks and kills people, of course, and then Dr. Frankenstein tries and go and to capture his long lost disaster and bring him back. But unfortunately, Dr. Frankenstein dies while searching for him, and just as so happens, a monster comes along and finds his dead body, and he thinks it's kind of honorable for him to bury him next to his family, which he has lost in the past. And basically, at that point, he gets discovered by these weird, like, underground gargoyle type of things. It's very much like Underworld. Hell, these are the same producers from the Underworld franchise. And you can so tell it's like that. And I will say this: I do not like the Underworld movies, but at least I will admit I actually at least had some kind of fun with Underworld films in comparison to this film. Hell, I've had fun watching the fucking Resident Evil movies than within this film within its own thing. But then again, I do think the Resident Evil movies, in my opinion, are so bad they are good. But that's not the main focus of the story of this video. My focus on this is definitely about Frankenstein. And basically, at that point, the gargoyles take Frankenstein into their own society, whereas like they're very, very reminiscent, and they strongly believe in like the whole Bible and God and created all that type of stuff. And basically, they believe that there's like the War of the Heavens, and basically a weird like monster creatures that are unleashed from hell, and they have like the gargoyles and the angels finding them all together. It's very, very mumbled and very, very confusing. Don't get me wrong, that's the story for you. It's very fucked up, and I won't say fucked up, but it seems like it gets way too convoluted for such a stupid, simple premise as this. And it's like so weird and so jarring at times. I can't even believe it. Now, I'm not saying I like certain aspects of this film, but I will say this. Number one, I will say I do think Aaron Eckhart plays the role of Frankenstein as well as he can. Like how I said with Luke Evans as Vlad Tepes in my Dracula Untold review. That's how I feel. Same thing with Aaron Eckhart as Frankenstein, or Frankenstein's monster in this film. And I thought he did a fine job with what he could. And also you see Bill Nye in this film. It's not Bill Nye the Science Guy, but it's Bill Nighy. He's a British actor. A lot of people if you're familiar with this actor, he's a really, really great actor. And in this film, you see him, and he's really, really interesting for what he gives. And I will say the action at times, same thing going back to Dracula Untold, at times like 50%, is fine. I will admit, it's well choreographed, and there's some moments where I'm just like, that was badass. I have to admit, as terrible as it was a bit badass. And I can't deny that. And I actually, strange as me saying this, I do highly admire the times within the film going to practical effects. I do really like that. Of course, it does go back to that horrible realm of the CG, which is terribly wasted within the film. CG looks horrible. Seriously, it looks worse than Transformers, for Christ's sake. Oh my god. Basically, for me, what really killed this film is like the first 15 minutes when it clearly establishes the odd weird relationship between the Doctor Frankenstein and Frankenstein's monster, and then it goes into him dying, and then Frankenstein's monster. I'm sorry if I am slurring and slipping all over the words I speak in this review. And basically, the point where he carries him to the graveyard and buries him, those moments were fine, and it looked like they were trying to do something as well establishing within the film. At that point, I thought that was low grade B action type of film stuff, and I thought, as bad as that was, I kind of do admire it for doing that type of route. But from the point when these gargoyles come to existence and they take them into their solitude, I fell asleep. I'm just like, it was so boring and just so forgettable and so dull. I couldn't even fathom how bad it was. Like, unbelievably. And the ending is pure horseshit, cash grab. I really hate that term. I hate using it. I do not believe in the term of films are cash grabs, but in this film sense, I have to say it. It did feel like a huge cash grab, even though it's trying to bring it back. Same thing with Dracula Untold. I'm sorry if I bunged out for the third freaking time, but it's just trying to revive the old Universal classic horror films, and this film is at times, like 80% of the film, it seems like it's not even fucking trying. So I'm like, are you kidding me? Oh. At this point, you're pretty much enjoying me this ramble on and this seeing how tortured and freaked out I was. Freaked out by how much I didn't like this film. Don't get me wrong, this film is just all on bad. But there's some moments, like I said, I do admire Aaron Eckhart as the role. Seeing Bill Nye in the film again is pretty cool. I do admire the practical effects at times, and I do enjoy the action a little bit at times. But that's all I'm going to say about the film for the positive things. Like, that's like a little tiny bit into the whole shitstorm that totally covers that. So in the end, I will say, in my opinion, our Frankenstein gets a 22%. It's not the... Yeah, it gets to 25%. It's really terrible. But there's a few things I do enjoy. Like the first 15 minutes, I did enjoy. All that type of stuff I said before within this review. That's all I'm going to say about the film right now. And I hope you enjoyed my review of I, Frankenstein. I suffered, so you don't have to. No, that feels way too much like the nostalgia critics. I remember, so you don't have to type of thing. Sorry if I said that. But in the end, this film sucks. Actually, you know what? Fuck that. It's not 25%. It's getting lower to 20%. It's just a terrible crap movie. Granted, it's not the worst film I've ever seen, but it's a great majority of pieces of shit throughout the film. And in the end, that's what I'm saying about I, Frankenstein. And I hope you enjoyed my review of the film. If you haven't seen this film, don't. Word from the wise here, don't see this film. Just don't. It's a waste of time. So in the end, thank you for watching, everyone. I hope to see you within my next video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you then. And stay strong.